that for the chapter Zion, if we use the sacred name of Metatron, we could penetrate to the holy of the holies of the most sacred God, the Ancient of Days. It's no accident that's the chapter Zion, because Zion penetrates like the weapon. And the sexual organ in the Hebrew language in slang is known as Zion, like weapon. There are other words as well as in English. You have several words for that. The Zion is the catalyst, the fire, sacred intuition. And then the Dalet, the Chet. The Chet, if you look at the 8th letter, reading from left to right, it looks like an H, but it's closed at the top. The opening is only at the bottom. The 8 is, well, in Hebrew it's called Shmoneh, which is connected to the word shaman. The shaman goes all the way down and all the way up. He travels the dimensions. Shmoneh and shaman are integrally related. It's also Shmoneh, the Hebrew word for 8, is connected to shemen, which is oil. Okay, the Shmoneh initiates us with the sacred oil. It's also the Shimem. It's fire and water together. The SH and the M in Shmoneh. So you have the 8 in Esoterica is the 8th month, and the 8th of the 8th is called, the 8th month is a big gateway, and the 8th of the 8th is this huge date in New Age circles. It's called the Lion's Gate, and it's this huge opening of heaven and earth. And well, if you look at the Chet, the 8th letter on the Alef Bet behind me, it's in the shape exactly of a gate. So the second 4, which is house, it's the second house of the Alef Bet, is called Hozach. And the H-O, the Ho, is a conversion system. Those 2 letters, like the Alef Bet in the first house, the Ho are the conversion center of the very soft, gentle Ha, the heavenly Ha, and the enormously powerful O. And then you have the 3rd letter, which is the catalyst, the fire penetrator, and then the Chet, which is that open doorway, the gateway of the 8-8, in esoterica and astrology, the 8th of the 8th. So, and it looks like a gate. And again, you have this energy of the Chet, which connects above and below, only at the back of the mouth, at the back of the throat. Hozach. Tremendous power in that word, Hozach. And a source of great personal power when meditating on it. And then the 3rd house in the Alef Bet is the Tet Yod Kaf Lamed, which is the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th letters of the Alef Bet. Okay? Now let's talk about the 9th letter, which is Tet. Okay, which means give in Hebrew. It means head in French, Tet. And well, let's go into numerology and the number 9. 9 is the last of the numbers. There are no more numbers after 9. 10 is a repetition of the 1 and a 0. 11 is a repetition, 2 ones. The last number is 9. And 9 is quite an amazing number. It represents conclusion. It represents completion, the last of the numbers. 9, if you look at a 9, it's like it's bowing its head in modesty somehow. Well, actually, that's an attribute of the 9, because whatever number you will add to 9 will stay the number that you connect with the 9. In other words, if you add a 2 to a 9, you get an 11. 11 in numerology is 2. It's a 1 and a 1. If you add a 3 to a 9, you get 12. 12 in numerology is a 3, so it lets the 3 stay a 3. If you add any number, you go. If you add 99 and 5, that 99 bows the head. 99 and 5 gives you 104, which in numerology is a 5. It lets the 5 stay a 5. It doesn't need to impress. It doesn't need to boast itself. It bows its head, it knows it's the completion, and lets every number be itself, only higher, in a higher version, so like 12 instead of 3, which is still a 3. So the tet is always about completion. It's the 9. Tet Yud Kaf Lamed. So that first letter in the 3rd house, it's a completion of a series, a completion of all of the numbers. It's tet, it gives, which in Hebrew it's giving. So tet is connected to initiation. Toth, the great master, no accident that you have the T in his name. The queen of the fairies, Titiana, she initiates. That's the power of initiation in her wand, if you will, or with her finger, that TT, that double T. T is the conclusion. At the end of the Hebrew alphabet, Alef Bet, you have the Tav. With the ending of a sacred series, it's about conclusion and initiation. 13 for a Jewish boy is bar mitzvah. So that last year is about initiation, becoming a man. Also in the Christian tradition, you have the not the communion, but the word escapes me. So that tet represents sacred initiation, as in the word Titiana Toth. You could think of other examples. Yes. Also, Dalet is connected to initiation. The last of the 4 in each house is always connected to initiation. So, or in this case, the tet, the last of the 9, is connected to initiation. So you have, what's amazing about the last house in the first 12 of the Alef Bet is you have the tet, and then you have the letters Yud Kaf Lamed. Yud Kaf Lamed is the Hebrew word Yachol, which means can or able. So it's quite amazing to people who've noticed it. Tichal, it means you're initiated with the tet, and then you can, Yachol, you are able to. And it ending with that lamed, which connects the 12 dimensions, that lamed, which is the L conversion system. So you have these 3 enormously powerful mantras representing the 3 first houses of the Alef Bet, the 3 houses of the 12 dimensions. And it's again, Avgad Hozach Ticha. Avgad Hozach Ticha. Tremendous power that can be used as I use it. And it's a conversion system. Through the chanting, we can bring these energies into our body. Now, the rest of the Hebrew Alef Bet is also conversion system, the 13 to the 22. The final 9 Hebrew letters it's also, or 10, pardon me, the final 10 Hebrew letters are also conversion system. Very powerful. Each house is tremendously powerful with a different meaning and a different power. And I'm not going to go into that today. But we will stay with the Avgad, the Hozach, and the Tichal. And the Tichal, by the way, for me, it's the energy of like climbing a mountain. You get the initiation of the Tet, the Ta, and then the Yachol. Your tongue goes up to make that Yachol, which means can, which means able. It's like climbing a mountain, climbing a sacred mountain, climbing to that 12th dimension, represented by the Lamed, the L conversion system. So now I'd like to again return to another L conversion system, which I mentioned before, of the angelic beings. Specifically, the 4 great angelic beings who are responsible for so much in our world: Mikael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael. Okay? Now, the Jews have a saying that they use for power, that they use for protection, that I've used for many years, and it's served me very, very well. The Jews will say, Mikael on my right, Gabriel on my left, Uriel in front of me, and Raphael behind me. They'll also say, Shekhinah. The Shekhinah